What about living? What about spending on things that you love? What about clothes? What about fashion? What about all the things that I want to buy? Do I have to just go Spartan? I can't buy any of that stuff? Not true. I want you to have a different mindset when you purchase things for yourself. Let me give it to you in a lesson that I learned from my own mother. My mother, Georgette, was a working girl in her 20s. She worked at a factory owned by her father that made children's winter clothing. She would save 20% of her salary each week and invest it. But it's not all she did with it. She loved fashion too. She loved clothing. She liked to buy things for herself, but she had a different mindset about it. She told me years later, and this really changed the way I think about buying stuff, that she would save a whole year just to buy one jacket. Instead of buying a whole ton of cheap stuff that she would throw out a year later and maybe not even wear, she would save up for one thing that she really wanted. She loved Chanel. So when it came to clothing, she loved Chanel jackets. They cost a fortune back then. But they were very high quality and they looked beautiful. And her thinking was they last forever in your wardrobe. Chanel never goes out of style. Now, talking about style and talking about fashion, in Georgette's mind was, it really is who you are. You're presenting yourself to the world and you want to look good. You want to feel good about yourself. Years later, when she passed away and I became the executor for her estate, I started getting phone calls from all the women in my extended family saying, what happened to Georgette's Chanel jackets? What do you mean what happened to them? They're hanging up in the wardrobe. Well, I would like one of them. In fact, I'd like them all. And I began to realize that these jackets were classics. All the women were fighting over them. They all wanted the Chanel jackets. Why? They were worth more today than they were 30 years ago. Because they were one of a kind, in some cases, classic Chanels. How brilliant Georgette was. How genius that was. She invested in herself, in something she really loved, that appreciated in value. That's what I'm talking about.